The logistics here.
No, I can see the podium still.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us tonight for the new parent orientation and for preschool and kindergarten orientation. Let's begin this evening with a Hail Mary. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. So thank you for joining us this evening. I am Lori Rimkus, and I am the Parent-Teacher Council President for the 2020-2021 school year. This is my 5th year at St. Mary. I have boys in 4th and 3rd grade and a 3-year-old at home. Joining me as Vice President is Vicki Pepin. She has a 4th grader and a 4-year-old. Alex Stazzo is our treasurer, and she has a 4th grader and a 1st grader. And Jennifer Cullen is our secretary, and she has a 6th grader, a 4th grader, and a kindergartner. So if you have any questions about anything that you hear tonight or anything during the school year, you can always reach out to us via email, and one of us will answer you. And you can also always reach out to your buddy family for help with any questions that you might have at the beginning of the school year. The Parent-Teacher Council, we work together to encourage family, student, and faculty-focused programs and events throughout the school year. So we host this event here tonight for all of you, and usually we like to meet you, but this will work too. We have 5 meetings throughout the year in September, November, January, March, and May. This year they are all scheduled to be virtual meetings, and we will put out information on how you can join us, or you can reach out to us if you would like to join one of our meetings. So for new parents, you should have received today a nice surprise, a lawn sign and a welcome packet welcoming you to the school. For preschool students and kindergartners, you also should have received a folder from either the preschool teachers or from Mrs. Pell or Mrs. Hedrick. I'll just quickly touch on some of the things that we put into the new parent packet. We have a survival guide, and you can kind of look through that and just see what kind of events that PTC helps to coordinate and hold throughout the year. We have many student-focused activities, a lot of opportunities for volunteering, and a lot of activities for parents outside of school as well. So we're working on different ways for us to hold those events this year and for us to be together as a community. So look out for information from us on how we can do that this year. Some other PTC-sponsored things that I just wanted to highlight to you, we do have uniform resale. So gently used uniforms from our current families, you're welcome to browse them. One event we're going to have is on Wednesday. We'll be there from 9 to 12, also during the time of the preschool and kindergarten meet and greets. So we will be there making sure that social distancing is maintained. You can sign up for a time on School Speak, or if there's a possibility for you to come in while you're there for your meet and greet. I also put information in there on Script, which is a really easy way to help fundraise for the school and for yourself. It's very easy to use. You can simply download an app onto your smartphone, purchase gift cards while you're waiting in line at Starbucks or Panera or some of your favorite places, and it's just a really easy way to help fundraise for yourself and for the school. I also wanted to touch on Men's Club is holding their annual golf outing on September 18th of this year. There's a flyer in there for the golf outing and the contact information for Brian Cook. You can reach out to him to become a part of Men's Club and to find out more about the golf outing. So now I'm going to pass it on to Mrs. Cunningham to talk to you about school.
Well, good evening, St. Mary's School families. Thank you for letting us come into your home this evening, which is appropriate because soon St. Mary's School will become your second home over time. As we ended the school year last year with many firsts, we continue with that, and this is our first virtual new family orientation So thank you for listening in to hear all this information this evening. And we promise we will guide you through this school year that is in front of us. As you know, my name is Beth Cunningham, and this is my 19th year at St. Mary's School. 9 have been as a teacher, and this will be my 10th year as principal. All 3 of my children are alumni of St. Mary's School. And I say this every year at our new family orientation, and even though this school year will be different than no other, I can still tell you that St. Mary's School is a wonderful community for your children to spend their childhood. And I say that as a parent, a teacher, and as an administrator. So you're in good hands. As you should have seen through one of my communications already, our school theme this year is Love Thy Neighbor. Each year we have a school theme to focus on involving our Catholic identity. And Love Thy Neighbor, I just think is very appropriate for this school year. It reminds us that love is patient, love is kind, and that if we continue to love each other, we can face any challenge together. So we will be putting that up in our school, and the teachers will be talking about our theme throughout the entire school year. Our school day, just to remind everyone, is from 8:10 to 2:40. And supervision with teachers will begin at 7:50. This year, students will walk directly to their classrooms as they enter the building. They should not enter the building before 7:50 a.m. and no later than 8:10. Every day we do a morning prayer together over the PA system, and that will happen this year at 8:20 to give us a few extra minutes to get everyone in the doors. And this year, of course, we will be watching the pace and give us some time to get the kinks out as we have to social distance as we are arriving each morning. So don't worry about tardies necessarily. We will get there together. We will have 3 arrival and dismissal locations. Students will dismiss from the same door that they used for arrival. We are still finalizing our arrival and dismissal procedures, but I can tell you this tonight. Preschool students and their older siblings will arrive and dismiss at door 2, and that is the door on the lower church parking lot that we often refer to as the south lot. Kindergarten students and their older siblings will arrive and dismiss at door number 9. And this is the door along 195th Street, and parents will use the bus lanes for drop-off and pickup at that location. Again, there will be more details about the arrival and dismissal procedures communicated to all of you in the coming days. The other thing I'd like to note is each family will be provided with a name card, and we ask that you place this name card on the passenger visor and put your visor down as you're doing pickup at the end of your student's day here. This makes the dismissal go more smoothly for the teachers or the aides who are out there during dismissal time. We will continue to communicate any new information that we have to you. It'll probably start coming faster and faster as we get closer to the school year. As many of you know, IDPH put out some new guidelines this past Wednesday that are still being reviewed at the diocesan level. And later this afternoon, early evening, I also just received some documentation from the diocese that will continue to answer some of our many questions about a positive COVID-19 test and quarantine and all of that that we still have questions about, the diocese is starting to provide that information so that we will be able to answer those questions. So please be sure you're checking your email or school speak, which Mrs. Walski will talk about a little bit more specifically as we move closer to school. And we look forward to meeting all of you on Wednesday, and we welcome you to our school community. Thank you. Mrs. Walski?
Good evening. My name is Jeannie Walski, and I'm the assistant principal. This is my 26th year in the Diocese of Joliet, 21 years here at St. Mary's. I have children who are alumni of St. Mary, and I currently have a granddaughter who is a student here. Today, I would like to share with you some information regarding SchoolSpeak. All parents should have received your login information, and I hope you've had some time to view some of the information within our SchoolSpeak site. If you are having any difficulties logging in, please give me a call and we'll make sure that that is corrected. Within SchoolSpeak, you will have access to all school information and communications. It is our main form of communicating to parents. During the summer, we emailed out 2 packets of school information, one in June and one in August. During the school year, we will post a packet of information called the Thursday Packet by noon each Thursday every week. In this Thursday packet is included communications from Mrs. Cunningham, as well as other school, PTC, St. Mary Parish, and local information. The Thursday packet is not emailed out during the school year, but you will receive a SchoolSpeak reminder email each Friday providing you with some updates on SchoolSpeak information. St. Mary will also use SchoolSpeak to send messages to parents in email or text messages. In order to receive text messages from the school, you must do 2 things. Well, 3. First, you must go to your SchoolSpeak profile, make sure you add your cell phone number, but then importantly, you have to choose your cell phone carrier. There is a drop-down box right next to where you enter your cell phone, and you must choose your carrier in order to receive text messages. The last thing that you must do is underneath your cell phone number is a checked box. You need to uncheck the box that states that you only want to receive emergency text. If you do not uncheck that box, the only texts you will receive are emergency. So in order to receive all texts, you must uncheck that box. While you are in SchoolSpeak, you should also go to your student's profile page to enter the emergency contact information for your children. This emergency information is very important, as it's the information that Mrs. Dexter uses to contact families given any student concern. The last piece of information I'd like to present to you is regarding Protecting God's Children workshop. In order to volunteer with students in our Catholic school, adults must have taken the Protecting God's Children workshop. If you have completed this workshop at another location, all you need to do is send in your certificate of completion. You don't need to take it a second time. You don't have to take it here. Information on how to register for this workshop, if you have not taken it, can be found on SchoolSpeak under the Printable Forms tab. Although there are visitor restrictions as we begin this school year, we do hope to welcome volunteers into our school once restrictions have been lifted. Again, all adults working with children in any capacity here must provide the certificate of completion of this workshop in order to participate with students here in this building. I look forward to meeting you. Next week's going to be a busy week for all of us. Now I would like to welcome our kindergarten teachers.
Good evening. My name is Mrs. Powell, Denise Pell, and I am one of the kindergarten teachers here at St. Mary's School. I appreciate you spending the evening with us to learn some more about kindergarten. You were presented a folder that already had much of the kindergarten information in there, so I'm just going to point out a few things that will enrich what you've already learned and a few things you might not know, and then Mrs. Hedrick will be joining us in a bit and she'll share with you as well. One of the things that was mentioned in the folder for kindergarten is that your child will be bringing home a green folder. In the folder, it will have their name on the front, their number on the top, and inside it will say, take home and bring back. Please look in this folder each day. This is a form of communication for us. There might be homework in here. If you need to send a note to us, please put it in this folder. It will be emptied each day in the classroom, and we'd like you to look at it each night. If you do need to be in touch with us, on the front of our folder, Mrs. Hedrick and I both put our classroom number, which is a direct number to our classroom. I'm sure Mrs. Cunningham has probably shared with you that our phone numbers have changed this year, so if you were used to dialing us at a particular number, please make sure you check the front of the folder as our numbers have changed. Our email is also on there. An email we will respond to within that day, perhaps in the afternoon or certainly by the next day, but please be patient. If you do send an email to us, we find that our kindergarten day does not often leave time for us to be answering emails, so we need you to be patient. We will get back to you that afternoon or certainly by the next morning. Mrs. Walski already spoke to you about school speak, but if you need information to come directly to us, if your child is going home with someone different, dismissal is changing, Mrs. Hedrick and I ask you to write that on a piece of paper and put it in the green folder so that we can tape it to the door. It's just an easy way for us to remember if there's something important, or you can send it in an email as well. We will have a snack each day in our classroom at 10 o'clock. We ask that, as the note said in the folder, that you please pack the snacks separately from the lunchbox. You're going to think that your child knows which one is their snack, and Mrs. Hedrick and I are going to tell you that they sometimes might grab the wrong thing out thinking it was their snack when it was part of their lunch. So we're asking if you can have their snack in a separate container or in an individual bag so they can easily grab it out. Half-day dismissal, you know, is 12 o'clock for kindergarten, as Mrs. Cunningham started to talk about before. And for me, that's it right now. I'll be back up in a little bit, and I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Hedrick to share a few more important things with you.
Hello, I'm Kara Hedrick, one of the other kindergarten teachers here at St. Mary. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about lunch. We will be having lunch from 12 to 12:20, and I just want to kind of go over a few of the important reminders needed for a kindergarten lunch. One of the things that we need to keep in mind is that the students have about 20 minutes to eat, which makes it not a long time that you might have at your house, or if you're dining at a restaurant. This is just a short 20-minute time slot. So we want to make sure that you pack their lunch with that in mind, making sure that they have maybe a sandwich, chips, some sort of dessert, or a fruit. Please make sure to practice how to use those Ziploc bags or any container that you're sending the food in, trying to make it easier for them to clean up. Make sure to also include an extra paper towel as a placemat to catch all those extra crumbs or any spills that might happen. And lastly, we want to remember to include a plastic fork or a spoon if your child needs something like that to eat their yogurt or a pudding or something that you have packed. We also ask that you write their name on their lunch bag on the outside either with their first name or their last name. It could be a brown bag, or it could also be a lunchbox, but making sure that it's labeled with their name. After lunch, of course, we'll have recess. And after recess each day, we'll have our rest time. Rest time will be about 30 to 40 minutes. This year, we're going to be doing rest time at our tables. Please make sure that your child has a beach towel every day they come for rest time. They will be sent home each day to be laundered, or you can send in a new one for the next day. This is an important time of our kindergarten day. We usually, we turn the lights off, we have our heads down, and falling asleep is not necessarily mandatory, but staying quiet and giving everyone a little bit of downtime is important for each of us to recharge. So that's just a few important things about rest time. I want to move on to our church. Church information was provided in our packet. At this time, we will be watching Mass live streamed to our classrooms. As far as birthdays for this year, absolutely no food or treat bags or gifts can be allowed for birthdays. Nothing from home can be shared with another student. We will be celebrating your child's birthday. They can wear casual clothes on that day they are celebrating. Summer birthdays will also be celebrated. We will celebrate summer birthdays in May. You can arrange a day to choose to celebrate your summer birthday in May. As far as our kindergarten uniforms, I would like you to refer to the dress code policy stated in the handbook. Girls must wear shorts under their uniform jumpers, and boys must have a belt. Please remember that students must have a Velcro shoes that they could use for fastening. They need to wear these Velcro shoes until returning from Christmas break. After Christmas break, if they can tie their own shoes, that's when they can move on to the tied shoes. If after that time they're still not able to tie shoes, then sticking with those Velcro shoes is a great plan. For PE, students should wear their gym uniform and gym shoes on those assigned PE days. And please make sure to label any sweatshirt for when the kids take them off, because once they take them off, they all look the same. So down below, there's a label where you can write their name with a Sharpie marker. The last thing I want to mention is I just want to call out that our bathrooms do have an automatic flush. Please make sure that your child is aware of this. In the past, sometimes we have the parent take the child down to the bathroom and make sure everything works okay with that flush that's going to happen automatically. So that's just something to become familiar with. Thanks for your time. Mrs. Pell.
Okay, so I just have a few important reminders to close with. We did want to let you know that your child is allowed to have a water bottle in the classroom. Smaller is better, and if you could please label the water bottle with your child's name, that would be appreciated. Please have an extra mask in your child's backpack, and make sure that they can put the mask on by themselves, take the mask off by themselves, taking it off by the ear loop, not grabbing it by the front of the mask, needs to be taken off by the ear loop. And please practice that at home with them so that they're comfortable doing it on their own. Your child can have their own hand sanitizer if you would like to provide it. If not, we will have hand sanitizer in the room for them to use. You may want to put sunscreen on your child before they leave for school, because we will be spending more time outdoors for outdoor activities. So on a sunny day, if you have a moment to put some sunscreen on, that would be wonderful. And kind of, I sort of like to end with this, and those of you that know Mrs. Hedrick and I usually get a little teary-eyed when it comes to this part of our presentation, so if I do that, I apologize. We included in your folder a little story called Thoughts at the Bottom of a Beanstalk. And it's kind of a take on the story of Jack and the Beanstalk. And we'd like you to read this by yourself, alone, with your box of tissue, because kindergarten is a milestone. I don't care if this is your first child going to kindergarten, your middle child, your last child. Kindergarten is an important story and an important time in their life. We kind of feel like this story reflects on that. So please read this. Reach out to each other. And I know it will be more difficult this year with all the situations that we're facing, but if you're a new parent and you don't know anything about St. Mary's, please, the PTC is there for you. There are other parents. Reach out to each other, help each other with questions that you might have about the kindergarten classroom or about St. Mary's. And lastly, we're wearing masks, but our love of learning and our love of teaching is not being masked. We are excited for your child to come to kindergarten. We welcome them, and we look forward to the time that we'll have with them this kindergarten year. Thank you for your time. Now I will turn it over to preschool.
Hello and welcome, preschool friends. My name is Julie Farron and I'm one of the preschool teachers. All of you should have received a folder that came out to you delivered, and there's lots of information in here. We're just going to touch on a few of the important policies for us this year for our learning. We're looking forward to a wonderful year, and our preschool families need to know that there is uniforms that the preschools wear. They can wear comfortable, they have the gym uniform as well as the jumpers and the polos. They need to also have a mask each day. The mask should cover their nose and their mouth. And many of the preschoolers, this is very new to them, so make sure you do practice at home removing, and the preschoolers should be able to put that mask on by themselves as well as take it off by themselves. Preschoolers should also have some extra masks in their backpacks, please. Send those with school, at least one. A couple might help, especially for our full-day friends. For the shoes, all preschoolers should wear Velcro shoes to school each day. The policies for the uniform can be found inside the handbook. We will be going outside often, so if the preschoolers have sunscreen applied to them each day, that would be wonderful. They're allowed also to wear hats outside, so if they want to bring one, they can keep that in their backpack at school. For entrance every day for arrival, we will be coming into door 2. Arrival starts at 7:50, and the preschool teachers will be there to greet your child at the door. Your children will be accompanied by a staff member into the building, so we do ask that you remain by your vehicle so we can take your child into school safely. Make sure they have their mask on before they leave the car so they are ready for school. If your child is ill in any way, please do keep them home so that they are safe and they can recover and everybody else can stay safe too. We know this is, it's such a big step for our preschoolers starting school, so please just say a cheerful goodbye to your child as they're leaving and know that they are in good hands. My other preschool teachers will help out with more policies. Thank you. We're looking forward to a wonderful year.
Hi, my name is Dawn McInerney. I am also one of the early childhood preschool teachers. I'm going to be just talking to you about a couple of more details about our exciting new school year. When the kids come into the building, they'll need to have their backpacks on. They're going to need to have a morning snack, and this year we're going to have an afternoon snack and a lunch for the full day students. All snacks need to be approved from the approved snack list, but lunches are open to whatever you choose. These times for snack and for lunch are times for the children to have a mask break. Please use disposable items in bags for better sanitation purposes to help us keep everybody safe and clean. We will eat in the classrooms, our snack and our lunch, but we will be spending a lot of time outside when weather permits. Please label everything with your children's names on it. This year we are allowing water bottles inside the classroom during the day. Please send reusable water bottles with no caps so they do not need to be touching the mouthpieces. We are not opposed to age-appropriate sippy cups or water bottles, but they will be able to drink from it and close it on their own. Your children will be receiving a blue folder that will be going to school and home each day. Please empty it each night. In the folder, you will find a daily behavior chart for your child to see how his or her day was. Please make sure you take a look at it, and you can throw it out or keep it at home each night. In the folder you received today, you will find an in-depth descriptions of our behavior policies and how the Apple system works. Please use the blue folders for all communication for us and for the office. We're very excited about this school year. Next, Mrs. Rourke will come up to talk to you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mrs. Rourke. I'm also one of the preschool teachers here at St. Mary's, and I'm excited for a fun year with you all. If your children stay for a full day, we ask that they pack a clean beach towel. This will be used for rest time and sent home. Each day you can either clean it or send in a new one. Rest time is a very important time for our bodies to be able to relax. We usually watch a movie or put on some quiet music and that sort of thing. Our students will go to lunch and recess prior to rest time. Lunch and recess gives us also opportunities to be able to have mask breaks before we do our quiet rest. A rough estimate of our rest time is usually about an hour and 15 minutes at this time. We usually are doing bathroom breaks and different things along those lines. Your child will take a morning and afternoon potty break as a class and are free to ask whenever they feel the need to. They need to be potty trained and able to maneuver their pants or shorts on their own depending on whichever uniform you choose to send them in. But we do know accidents happen. In our policies that you received in our folder, they give you the guidelines of what we should ask you to do should an accident occur, meaning a parent needs to come up to be able to change them or take them home depending on the circumstance. At the end of our day, we will dismiss your child from door 2 at either 11:20 for our half-day friends or 2:30 depending on our schedules. We ask that all parents remain by their cars and be patient during this transition time and look to Mrs. Cunningham for more direction on that. In your folder, you received a questionnaire. We ask that you fill that out and return it to us as soon as possible. It just kind of gives us a little background on your children. Wearing masks and things like that can be a little intimidating. This kind of will give us some talking points with them to talk about what they may like, brothers and sisters, different things along those lines. So we just ask that you return that to us. We know coming to school is a big step for our little friends, and we're excited to welcome them, and we thought the best way for you guys to be able to see what a day in preschool is going to look like, being socially distant and wearing a mask, is a little video that we have made for you guys this evening.
Hi, welcome to St. Mary's Early Childhood Program. I am Dawn McInerney. I'm Nicole Rourke, and we are so excited to have you guys this year.
Welcome to our program. Each morning you're going to enter in through door 2. Please make sure that as you pull up into our circle drive that you remain by your vehicles and a teacher will greet you at the car.
We will check to make sure that you have checked your child's temperature. We will also make sure that you have your mask on. Your child's mask needs to be covering their nose and their mouth. And we will also give you a little squirt of hand sanitizer to keep us clean.
Hi, I'm Julie Farron, one of the preschool teachers, and I got my mask on over my nose and my mouth. I'll get my sanitizer, and we're ready to go to have a great day.
Let's head to the classroom. Come on. Welcome to our classroom. This year our classroom looks a little bit different, but we're going to have just as much fun. When you walk down the hallway and you enter your classroom, your teacher's going to make sure that you have your nose covered and your mouth covered and your mask is secured properly.
And here we are inside of our classroom. Everybody has their own individual workspace that is 6 feet apart from their friends so that we can work together but stay safe. Inside of our pouches, everybody will have their own supplies. We'll have things that we'll use throughout the day and activities that we do in the classroom. We have glue sticks and we have our crayons, and everybody has their own paint set and other things that will help us get our work done.
When children find their seats, they're going to unpack their school bags. They're going to put their folder in their bin. They're going to take their morning snack and place it also in the bin. Their lunch in the bin, and then their afternoon snack in the bin.
Each day you'll have a couple opportunities to have a mask break. It will be with our snacks and with our lunches. So each day when we come in, we will make sure that before our masks are removed, we get a squirt of hand sanitizer. We will carefully remove our masks and stick them inside our Ziploc bags. At this time, we are now ready to enjoy our snack.
What do you have for snack today?
I have a tomato.
I have a carrot.
Okay, after we have lunch every day, we're going to take some time to rest. And every day we're going to have our beach towel laid out nicely on the floor, 6 feet apart. We're going to start with a little video, an educational video for everybody with the lights off. And then we'll put on some relaxing music to rest to.
Sweet dreams. Each day we're going to have plenty of opportunities to go outdoors, which is a great time for us to be able to take off our masks and enjoy some fun things. We'll be able to do nature walks, we'll be able to do some fun activities in our own space. Each child will be able to be in a hula hoop at this time and still remaining socially distant. Each child will have their own bucket of activities. We'll have fun things like our scarves to practice, catching and tossing. We'll have bubbles and chalk and different things like that to provide us a fun experience outdoors as well.
At dismissal time, we'll be dismissing outdoor 2 each day. Half-day students will be dismissed at 11:20, and full-day students will be dismissed at 2:30.
Please remain by your car and practice social distancing with your mask on while you wait for your child. And we can't wait to see you. We're going to have some great days.
Have fun. See you soon.
Can't wait to see you.
Well, thank you to all of you for tuning in tonight. I hope all this information helped to answer some of your questions. I know you have more questions. As I said, we will continue to answer them as quickly as we can as the first day of school is quickly approaching. I know we'll see all our preschool and kindergarten friends and some of our older new students on Wednesday as well. We look forward to welcoming you to St. Mary's School. Again, I know this year will be like no other, but please know you are in good hands, and our faculty and staff, they are always up for a challenge, and our teachers are some of the most creative and innovative people that I know, and they've already come up with some great ideas, and we will continue having those conversations and collaborating with one another to have another great year here at St. Mary's School. God bless.